If you're listening to this podcast, it is likely because you're currently being pursued by some sort of extraterrestrial, spiritual, or cryptozoological threat. You probably saw that this show was about these sorts of otherworldly abominations and reckoned it a place of insight. Unfortunately, the following podcast is entirely farcical and will be of little help to anyone. But you're here, so you might as well enjoy the show and pray that it doesn't find you.
To Lore Folk, a podcast where we riff on all things paranormal. I'm your host, Maddie Barr, and today I'm joined by my co-host and confidant, Aidan Kidd.
Extra! Read all about it!
Maddie, do you hear that?
What?
It's the newsboy. The podcast reviews are in.
Extra! World-ending cataclysm set to destroy the universe in the typical time it takes to listen to a podcast episode.
Here, kid, have a hay penny.
Oh boy! Just 68,000 more of these and I'll be able to buy me dad's way out of the debtor's prison!
Should we be worried about that thing he just said?
Nah, he's gonna find out he's the long-lost heir to a disposed monarch living in Brussels.
No, I meant the other...
Maddie, look at these reviews! Lore Folk, a joint venture from Aidan Kidd and Maddie Barr, that's us, is pretty good, but their intro bits take up too much of the episode. That's outrageous! Maddie, we better discuss this at length until we go to the ads.
Now let's just do the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, I got a question here for us.
Say them questions now!
Someone named Madison, and they spelled it in a mind-boggling way, wants to know, what would happen if a vampire had your house key? Okay, you know how vampire can't enter a building without permission? Well, what would happen if you gave a vampire your house key?
He's just standing in your door frame, like, you want it? Are you gonna have to let me in? You're gonna have to let me in if you want your key back. I got it. Oh, you almost got it that time. Oh, you almost did. I'm becoming more and more German as we progress. But that is okay, because that is what I do. I'm a little trickster.
I was thinking more like, what if your neighbor's with a vampire, and you know how sometimes you're like, here's my house key in case of emergencies, or hey, I'm going out of town, here's my key, can you pick up the paper and stuff? But what if it's a vampire? Does that imply permission to come in, or just permission to unlock the house?
What if you're a vampire, and your friend with low blood sugar who lives next to you faints, and you see them in the window collapse, and you know you need to get over there to help them, but you're stuck in the doorframe because you can't go in and save them. It's your friend, and he's dying before you, and you can't help him because of vampire law. Oh, just one of the world's smallest tragedies, as poor old Darren just dies of malnutrition.
And then you call the ambulance because you're like, I don't know what to do. I can't help. And they roll
And they
up.
can't go in either because they're all vampires.
They're all vampires!
So it's just like a crowd of people watching this guy die alone in his house!
This human didn't realize that they were the only human living in this neighborhood. And all the vampires, they're low-key. They don't want to give away that they're a vampire. They like to keep that to themselves. So every single neighbor is secretly a vampire. All the people working at the ER were vampires.
I just love the mental image of them all organizing, trying to find another human who can go and save Darren. Did you call Vladislav?
No, did you call Vlad?
Somebody call Vlad, he might be human.
I'll do it.
1 ring, 2 rings, 3. Hello, it is me, Vlad.
Vlad, personal question. Are you vampire?
My name is Vlad and I talk like this. Of course I am vampire.
Shit! Do you know anyone who's not a vampire?
Not in town, no.
Fuck me.
What happened? Did something happen? Why do we need a non-vampire?
Darren, he's passed in his house, but we can't fucking get in.
Not Darren! We do ceramics together! No! I love that guy! He's such a vital part of our community! He helps clean my grandmother's yard! My vampire grandmother's yard! This is going to break break her immortal heart.
He's entered all of our lives, but we cannot enter his home.
They all loved Darren so much, and that's why they didn't kill him. And now they have to watch him die. Oh my god. It's so sad.
And then they all decide to go. They're like, you know what? This feels wrong. Let's all just at least have a really nice funeral service for Darren.
And then they can't get into the church because it's God's house. All right. So we had to move the funeral to in front of Darren's house to honor his life. We gather here today not for a holy union, but to remember the life of a man who touched all of our hearts. So much so that we unanimously resisted the urge to consume his body. But now, we look upon his still rotting corpse. I could see it through the doorway. We should have, called somebody from way out of town to at least clean it up. Even if we couldn't save him, we could have done him that respect. We should really figure this out. This isn't a good community to live in. This is terrible.
Could we perhaps close the front door so we don't have to witness his decay firsthand?
Joshua, close the door. It is too hard to look at. It makes me too sad.
I'm a closing. A slam. That was me closing the door.
That is how all vampires close doors. They go, slam. I can do a vampire voice sometimes. I don't know why it left me so much this past episode.
The vampire voice needs permission to enter your vocal cords.
I laughed so hard at that one bit, I gave myself hiccups, and I'm in a lot of physical pain now.
Oh, no. Boo!
No.
Oh. Okay, well, maybe if someone listening had hiccups, I got them.
Ow! They're like real deep, visceral hiccups, and it's just exploding my chest.
Jeez, have some water.
Maybe that's what got Darren down on the floor, and that's why he needed help.
He had deep hiccups from laughing. Maybe Darren was listening to a joyful episode of Lorefolk.
And we killed him.
And he was... Oh, okay.
We created this tragedy. It was a real community tragedy that we caused inadvertently from being too damn funny.
It's just like that sometimes.
And you want to know a good way to ruin anything funny? Put capitalism in it. Let's go to the ads. I need to go get water. Just keep your audio rolling. I'm gonna go get water. This is a good point where you can vamp a bit if you want. Maybe I'll put it in the episode.
I can vamp on my own? When Aidan's not here! Hey, yeah, so hi everyone. Aidan's going to get some water for his hiccups. He's gonna drink from the other side of the glass, drink it upside down, get spooked by a ghost. I actually sent a ghost over to his apartment just for spooking purposes. So, you may hear him scream in absolute terror in the next couple minutes. But don't worry, that's just the hiccups working their way out of his body. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying this episode. We're just chilling. I'm having as much fun recording as I hope you are listening. If you are listening, thanks! Shout out to you. From me, specifically. Aidan doesn't thank you, it's just me. Because I love you more. That's our little secret, Aidan doesn't have to know. I'm actually going to edit this one section of the episode just so he doesn't know that. It's between you and I. I've never been left alone this long. It's kind of lonely. Is this what people who do podcasts on their own feel like? He's so sad. Oh god, he's coming back. Shh. Okay, he's coming back. Okay, shh. Stop talking about him. Shh. Aidan, are you back? Oh, he still can't hear us.
I know you just said something because I could hear my headphones from a distance, but no. Hold on. Keep vamping.
Oh, I'm still vamping. Your hair looks great today.
That's not funny, Maddie. The people paid good money for this.
Your scalp looks incredible. I thought you weren't back yet, Hiccup Man.
Don't talk back to me. I'm your boss.
Actually, I'm your boss, right? Who knows the hierarchy?
I'm the boss because I edit this podcast and I can make you sound like a real stooge.
I'm gonna get the villain edit! Oh no. That's okay. It's fine. I didn't say anything mean or controversial. So it's all good. Just chilling. It's all between me and the listener, okay?
Alright, I can hear you again.
Couldn't tell.
Alright, we're here in the ad break. I've had a glass of water. I'm fine now.
I thought you were going to say you had a glass of wine. Let's get it.
What do I look like, a church? No wine here. This is the part of the show where we make up some ads because nobody's paying us to do this. Maddie, tell people how they can pay us to stop doing this.
Hey, you listening right now with your ears, do you want to buy an ad?
Sure.
Great. Go to our network website, which is pnnpodcast.com/advertising, and you can buy an ad. We have $5 ads for any real projects or businesses that you're trying to advertise for, or if you just want to do a funny meme or a little call out to a friend, you can buy a $6 ad. Those are just for the goof of it all. That's pnnpodcast.com/advertising. Also, if you're like, what does PNN stand for? It's Podcast Network. I don't think we've ever explained that. So
No, I don't think so either.
pnnpodcast.com/advertising to buy a real ad. But until then, Aidan, hit me with an ad.
Are you sick of rodents gnawing at the extra-dimensional time bubble that keeps you alive? No? Well, I guess it's not that common of a problem. Not everyone's like me, Cheesemeister, time god of the seventh plane. Yeah, that's right, I'm made of cheese, and that's why mice want into my time bubble. Anyway, I paid for a full ad, so I guess I'll just use my time to say that every time you eat a piece of cheese in your dimension, someone in my realm dies in surgery.
Oh my god, I've eaten so much fucking cheese, Aidan.
Yeah, I know, it's heartbreaking. You're creating an orphan every time you do that. Maddie, give us another ad.
Have you been born more times than you can count?
Boy, have I.
Tired of being reincarnated by the universe with abandon?
Please, just let me end.
Just want to live one good life and then be done with it once and for all? YOLO, if you will. Then try birth control today. 1 pill per month for the rest of this lifetime, and you'll never be reincarnated again. No more rebirths for you. Finally, your particles will be laid to rest forever. Stop being born today with birth control.
Maddie, it's history time!
History time!
It's a brand new segment. We've never done this before. Here's the theme song. Great theme song, Maddie. I'm so glad you wrote that. It was perfect and beautiful sound mixing. You really outdid yourself with that one, Maddie.
Thank you. Sorry, I've practiced for years at the academy. Aidan, do the bit. I don't know what it is. I can't participate in this new segment because it's brand new. Please.
It's brand new. There's not a theme song. We lied. We tricked all of you. I bet you thought that there was supposed to be a theme song and that maybe I had forgotten to splice it in, but there was never a theme song. I lied. I'm a liar! But you know it's not a lie? The 1561 celestial phenomenon that happened over Nuremberg, Germany.
Oh?
According to the Broadsheet newspaper, around dawn on April 14th, 1561, residents of Nuremberg saw what they described as an aerial battle, followed by the appearance of a large black triangular shape, and then a large crash outside the city. The Broadsheet paper claims that witnesses observed hundreds of spheres, cylinders, and other odd-shaped objects that moved erratically overhead. The broadsheet describes objects of various shapes, including crosses, globes, 2 lunar crescents, and a black sphere and tubular objects, from which several smaller, round objects emerged and darted around the sky at dawn. So, Maddie, you're there, on the streets of Nuremberg, 1561. The hell portal from God's wrath has opened up in the sky. What do?
I'm gonna take my bratwurst and get the hell out of there. I want to be like the guy in Jurassic World, the newer one, with those 2 martinis, but it's bratwurst. And I'm like running away from whatever the fuck is happening in the sky.
I'm getting the fuck out of here!
How do you even comprehend? People make jokes, right? Like if you go back to the feudal lords and show them a bag of Cheetos, they'll be like, what the fuck? So I don't even know how you would comprehend this.
Clearly this is God's wrath and punishment for our hubris.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to turn to my friend. Let's see, what's a German name? Dan?
Hans?
I'm going to turn to my friend Hans and say, this is your fault. I don't know for what, but I just have beef with Hans.
The fuck did you do, Hans?
You have to repent, Hans. How dare you?
Ricard, did you see this shit? Do you see what Hans did? That I didn't know what Hans did. What did Hans do? Look at the sky! Gott in Himmel! What did you do, Hans? Now the whole town's like crowded around Hans and they're like, what did you do, you little piss boy? What did you do to make God so angry?
And I'm sneaking out the back with fucking bratwurst.
It's because he for his lederhosen backwards that one time. And God said that's bad fashion and now he's doomed us all! There's a big sky triangle, Hans! Do you see the ebony sky triangle? Do you know what that means?
It's an arrow. It's pointing at you, Hans. Because you fucked up.
That is God's judgment! And Hans is just like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't speak German.
He's a tourist.
And the aliens battling in the sky are just looking down from their spaceship like, what the fuck is happening down there?
If aliens invade, pick a friend that you don't like that much. And it's their problem now. I know what you did last summer.
That's what you should always do. Whenever there's any sort of unexplained phenomena, you should use it to bring up old beef that never got settled with you and your friend.
Now, people in the apocalypse, they'll be like, oh, I always loved you, or whatever. But I'm going to go up to my friends and say, I'm still mad about that sleepover in 3rd grade, Jessica. How come I didn't get to sleep on the bed? It was your fucking house. You sleep there every night. That's what I'll guess you catch me there in the apocalypse.
Maddie, it's her bed. I feel like she should be sleeping in her own bed.
No, if you're having a sleepover, you let the guest sleep in your bed because it's your bed.
No.
You sleep there
I
every
don't
other
sleep
night.
in someone else's bed. That's ridiculous.
What?
You're ridiculous, Maddie. And now we have beef!
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Okay, I'm coming for Aidan in the apocalypse.
Differing ideals clash once more. When the apocalypse happens, you know it's going down.
Fine, but when we're sheltering in my house during the apocalypse, have fun sleeping on the floor, apparently, because I'm a non-gracious host.
You bring a sleeping bag. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you have your sleeping bag. You sleep in the sleeping bag on the ground, and you let them sleep in your bed because it's more comfy.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Dude,
Hold
these
on,
are
step
the rules
outside.
of sleepovers.
I was being hyperbolic for the bit. Maddie, you're fucking ridiculous. Maddie?
Aidan.
Why do some atheists actually believe they're cooler and more awesome than the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
See, I thought they were going to say cooler than Christians or whatever.
They think they're cooler than God himself? These audacious bros?
God's cool, but can God do like a sick kickflip? Because I bet there's some atheists out there who are just real monsters out on the... What the fuck do skateboarders do? It's not a field. Out in the bowl?
In the skate rink.
In the skate rink. No, but like in the cool one where they do the ollies and stuff.
Yeah, the skate rink. What are you talking about? The half pipe?
Anyway, I bet God can't meet these atheists in the pit and do a sweet kickflip.
What needs to be done is that the church needs to appeal to the kids more, to keep them from losing their faith later on in life. Perhaps you could do so with, I don't know, a gritty reboot of VeggieTales.
Ooh, I thought you were going to say gritty reboot of the Bible.
What are the kids into these days? Pogs?
Pogs, Fortnite.
Slap bracelets?
Make God a Fortnite character.
Petition Epic Games to add God to Fortnite. They added Thanos to Fortnite and John Wick. They can add the Lord himself.
It's like a 1 in 1 billion chance that you get to play him as a character, like as a skin, but when you do, you just win automatically. You just look at other characters and they're obliterated.
Apple can't ban this shit.
Apple. biblical reference, Aidan.
Fucking absolute brilliant word association.
Incredible. Apple. Hey, that's just like that apple.
Top tier podcasting right before your very eyes, people. How about, like, I don't know, an educational rap? I'm like a youth counselor walking into a room full of unruly teens, and I'm like, hey there, kids. I'm here to teach you that Christianity is cool. And the biggest and the meanest teen is like, yeah, whatever, man. And I'm like, don't believe me? Just watch this. Somebody lay down a beat. Let me tell you a tale about my friend Jay Zussy lives helping the poor and crushing that pussy. How about that? Is that anything?
You know what? That worked, because when you said Zussy, I suddenly converted and prayed to God that you would not rhyme it with the word pussy on our podcast. So you know what? Fucking job well done, Aidan.
We did it. We solved the faith crisis in America.
And if that doesn't work, make some cool little stained glass sunglasses and just put those on all the windows in the churches, on all the people. Because that's radical.
That is actually radical. It is a safety hazard because they're not going to be able to see where they're going, though.
No, on the windows. On the cool stained glass.
I thought you said sunglasses.
Portraits. Yeah, you make
I see.
sunglasses.
You add
Sorry.
sunglasses to an image of Jesus. I thought you were saying you're going to give patrons of the church each individual sunglasses that are stained like stained glass windows with little Jesuses and angels and such.
Okay, but that's actually rad. That's cooler.
It is rad. It's going to look cool as hell, but it's a safety hazard and everyone's going to fall and bump into each other. Grandma's going to break her hip. All right, that's the end of the podcast. We made it to the end.
Woo. Took some doing.
It took some doing. Listeners, if you ever this episode was a little janky and weird in presentation, just know that we tried to record it 4 times.
4 times? 5 times?
But the universe kept getting in the way. There was a giant storm that stopped the first recording session. Mm-hmm. And then the second time we did it, it just wasn't funny. And then the third time that Maddie's mic broke. And then here we are now at the 4th time. Hopefully it was funny. Who knows at this point?
That's a secret we'll never tell.
So if you want to help us be the funny boys, send some stuff. You can submit questions, comments, any concerns, some Yahoo Answers that you found online from other people who were asking questions, whatever. You can send them to lorefolksubmissions@gmail.com. Just make sure to include the name you want us to refer you by and your pronouns.
Yes, please. Send us something spicy and we'll talk about it.
No! Maddie! The thing the newsboy at the beginning of the episode said has come to pass!
Oh, fuck, the world's ending!
No! Look! He got his father out of the debtor's prison!
Oh.
And the world is ending.